So tonight, as we come together as this powerful collective of beings, I just want to share the opportunity that I feel like we have to make a difference in an energetic way. And I just would ask that you hold our work tonight in many dimensions as torchbearers, a torchbearer and a leader in this emerging portal as we step through this portal into a new season that's supporting us in a new emergence and a new way for humanity to evolve. So I can definitely feel the energy and the call to leadership, and hope that you can join in that, in the ways that works for you. Okay, Oonagh, turn it over to you and just take it away.
Thank you, Selena. And thanks everyone. I love when we all gather. It's so enriching. Like I sat there and each face started arriving. I'm like, oh my gosh, here it goes, here it goes. And Selena, you had mentioned people checking in. Yeah, I work as an intuitive, one of my many hats that I wear, and I work doing cards in this country and a few people abroad. And I just got a big yes, that if we take a moment to go around, say your name, and you know, with consideration that we got a lot going on and a lot to share, just say where you're at right now. Maybe not physically, you can say where you are in the location, but where you are physically, just a couple of words like I am physical, what's going on emotionally, I wish, I wonder, I love. I think it's a great way to just introduce ourselves to this space, because we're creating a very powerful container right now. And each of us carries our vibration, which is of its own essence. And then we are magnifying. It isn't even double or the number of us, it's exponential. And, you know, it's just that dropped in today when two or more of us gather, you know, the divine energies are stupendous. And if there's ever a time that we're being called to be the best we can be and show up, and even greater than we even believe, now is it. And so small gatherings like this, super powerful, super engaging, playful, you know, an opportunity to just really let it out. So I'll start, you know, I'm Oonagh. Well, I feel like, you know, I'm so into flowers right now. I feel like all is becoming. I'm in a place of blossoming and becoming, and I have gratitude for that. So that's mine. And I'm new to orienting myself by calling on people. So I'll just call. I don't know where you are on the scheme of things. Ellie, if you'd like to share.
Sure. You want us to share our object now too then?
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just why you picked it.
Okay.
You know,
so
as succinctly as possible.
Okay. So I'm in a really sweet space. And feeling the sweetness in contrast to the world, which is that odd both and at the same time. And the theme for me for the cards and started for me in the fall was kind of openness to new possibilities and nurturing something new that wants to grow inside. And so I have my little hyacinth bulb here that I just got as a gift yesterday, and already it's sprouted hugely overnight, and a new little emergence is coming. So that feels like what I'm curious about in my own life. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. We have two, Linda and Bill. You guys get to figure out who goes first.
Oh, I guess I get to go first. So in the moment, feeling present and resolved. And my object that's really been with me for the 3 months here that we've been apart is a conch shell, which is a spiral. And I've been dealing with and am dealing with embracing the anger within me and releasing joy. So that's kind of where I'm at and what I've been working with.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Bill.
So I'm Linda. So I didn't pick an object. I'm in a very interesting place. I mean, I'm sitting in a room with a bookshelf that has pictures and books of various teachers or lineages that that I have been drawn to over time. So I kind of sit here and glance over and have remembrances. I just concluded cataract and glaucoma surgery on both eyes. So I'm just now getting to the point of being visual. So what is up for me is all the assumptions that we have about sight and how everything I'm seeing right now is so different. The color tones are different. The things are in lavender instead of in cream, and my two eyes are trying to learn to work together, and so I don't read in the moment. So it's just kind of a interesting time to question my own assumptions. How very different it is going through this experience, and also exploring the role of the brain. So I'm kind of just very inquisitive about where things are coming to, and just kind of releasing particularly anything I held strongly from the past. So thank you.
Thank you, Linda. I love how everyone just dives right in. It's like, way to go, we've got this opportunity. Let's do it. So Stephanie, would you like to go? Thank you.
Yes, it would be a pleasure to go. And I told Selena that I was going to take a pass on this because I hadn't done that much with the cards. But then she hooked me when she told me that you were going to be with us. So I'm here with delighted. It's so far I'm feeling, paying attention to the cards or not, I'm here and very, very present. My object is seeds that I'll be planting soon. They're ornamental beans, and it won't be too long before they get into the ground. And I'm a member of the Baha'i faith, and the new year begins at sundown tonight. So it's called Nowruz. So I'm happy to be celebrating it with y'all.
Nice.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, let's see. I think it's Anne. Anne, your little call thing doesn't say Anne, but I think you're Anne. You're in the green. And I believe Selena said your name is Anne, so I hope that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for arranging this for the first thing. I'm actually lying in bed at the moment. It's just I think it's just after midnight here. I'm in the UK, so I didn't even realize I had green on. It's been a very cold night. It's very cold, and this is a fleece belonging to a friend of mine who passed away earlier on last year. Suddenly she went, and funny enough, so I bring her to the gathering,
Mm.
And I'm in a position where all that's going on, because of my training, everything I've been sort of concerned with forever and a day, and I'm 66 now. I have solutions, but I haven't got courage as yet up until now. Or when I do speak out, people attack me so heavily that that's what I mean. The courage to cope with the fighting that comes in a response to my words. Right. So I have the solutions. I'm trained. I have them anyway. So I brought along my little sacred object. I thought I only read it at the last moment. The sacred object. Funnily enough, it appeared on St. Patrick's morning. It fell out. I thought I'd wake up I woke up in the night and I couldn't sleep. So I thought I'll say a prayer, and I get my little prayer book, but a little novena fell out of the prayer book. It's a novena to Our Lady of Fatima, and it's my mom's. My mom's passed away. It's her little booklet, and it was given to her by her friend. There's a little inscription inside of it, and she's written the date, June the 9th, 1983. And so I've got my mom with me and Our Lady of Fatima, and this, anyway, to cut a long story short, my mom was given a lot of hassle for being pregnant with me, sort of thing, that she wouldn't live and they would cause her death and all sorts of things like that, terrible thing. So she had a great faith in Our Lady, and there was there's been, so it's with me forever as well. I've always felt like my mother and Our Lady, all one person, sort of thing. Anyway, so I started the novena. So I'm starting the novena, asking for the guidance to, although I'm in a mess at the moment, up until now, sort of thing, if I could get the help to show me the way through. Because I reached a stage, I suppose I'm sick of all the lies and deceit and everything. It's about time I could speak with the courage, despite the attacks, as accepting, somehow managing it. That's enough for me. Sorry, I spoke too long. Okay, thank you so much for putting this on tonight.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. It's good to hear your voice. Diane?
It's kind of fun to be here. I'm surprised in a way. So I'm excited. I go to Florida tomorrow to see my daughter. And she moved there fall of 2019. So then COVID came, so I haven't seen her new home. So anyway, I'm excited to go. And I was kind of up to here, and I called Stephanie and said, "Oh, too bad I can't get on this call." And Stephanie said, "What? Selena got me on, you come." I'm like, okay. I listened to Stephanie. So here I am, and I'm really happy to be here. And Anne is inspirational. If she can be up at 12 o'clock, so I'll go to bed late and pack later. So this is great. So I'm excited about whatever this evening unfolds to. I didn't bring an object because I didn't think I was going to show up. But one thing I can say is that when things were so difficult in the world, I did look at my journal. I did look at what card I drew for March, and it was the beloved. So I thought to myself, how can I bring this more from my heart into the world? Because that's what the world needs. So I've been doing that. It's been like my practice since the beginning of March, and it's really precious. So I just try to bring more joy, more contact. I'm usually kind of quiet. I don't usually say, oh, your eyes are beautiful, or what a great scarf. I don't usually do those things. So I'm moving into relationship more with people and bringing more of my heart and more intention to treat everybody the same. And that kind of comes from my son too, who passed away, but he loved everyone and he saw the beloved in everyone. So I try to remember his qualities, and I get to live through him, So anyway, I'm doing great, and I'm really glad Stephanie got me here. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Selena. And remind me again of how do you say your name?
It's Oonagh. It's
Oonagh.
Gaelic, that GH is like just to confuse people.
Okay.
It's silent. It's
Thank
silent.
you. Thank you, Oonagh, for
Uh-huh.
doing this, and thank you, Selena, and thank everybody for showing up.
Yeah. You too, Diane.
Mhm.
You came, and we thank Stephanie because your presence, what you just shared is deeply felt, and the presence of your family. So I know I'm saying thank you for showing up. Yeah. So I'm just cruising around. Paige.
Hi. So I'm sharing that I'm dropping in. I'm on my second day driving and seeing new sights and being in beautiful places with my family. So it's really sacred time. Nourishment came up a lot in my cards. And so I am not working on that, living into that. And the work right now feels like I keep coming to neutral. Like when Bill talked about the anger, like if I have anger or sadness, like I feel like my work is coming back to neutral. And that's really new for me. I don't know what neutral is. Instead of being inspired, I'm in neutral, and it feels like a very liquid, ready place to be wherever I'm called to be. But it's a lot of attention to get there. So I feel really grateful to be in this group of wonderful people to nourish me to keep doing that. So I did not know about a secret object, but I want to bring up my nose because before I left on this trip, I could smell spring about to bloom. And the buds are still closed, but I could smell it. And then today, when we were on the rim of the Grand Canyon, you could smell rain in the air. It was like this really gentle flurries of snow, but it was just really precious, the smell. And then I have this bouquet of flowers that I've put in the car with me. So I'm going to say my secret object is smell.
Paige, thank you. I love how, you mentioned neutral and liquid, these nuances that are so rich, so important. And then, of course, you pick your nose, So thank you. It's really, these are great sharings. I mean, I'm sure you all feel it, the vastness, the spaciousness of what everyone's sharing and how much commonality there is. Let's see. I see the word BB. I don't know if that's your name.
It's Beth Bright.
Okay. Begins with a B.
So it's so funny. The cards I drew for January, February, March were wisdom, confidence, world of hope. They were such, and it has been very challenging 3 months, extremely challenging. And so the wisdom one is about enjoying today, and that's kind of, they've been helpful to look back on it this time. I have to say, I wasn't really paying that much attention to them until this came up again. So that was sort of interesting. Ironically, when I broke my wrist 2 weeks ago today, I was doing a walking meditation, and it was snowing and it was beautiful. And I was singing that song, calling all angels, calling all angels. And I was picturing Ukraine and picturing angels all over, and picturing on for Russia. And I have a very tricky situation at my office right now. I was picturing that person, and I couldn't see. We had 10 inches of snow, and I just hit the ice. I think I was airborne before I whammed down on my wrist. Then I was really calling on angels to get me home. About a half an hour to walk. And so it's just been a bit like that this whole time. So, and interestingly also, when I was at the emergency room, it could not have been nicer. Everyone I met, it was just so, for being in that much pain, it was a really pleasant experience. So that's that. And my object I chose, I have so many I love, but I brought this crystal that came from the Himalayas. And when you look inside the bottom of it, it looks like the Himalaya mountains to me. It looks like my Rocky Mountains where I live too. So, and the clarity and the beauty of Earth. So, thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you. Before the end of the evening, I'm sure I'll just drop in with a short something to add for you, Beth. It'll probably come in I'm going to pull a card for each of you, because I just love that when other people do that. And I hear and see a lot. I mean, we all do. We all have the same capacity. I've just been fine tuning it for a while. And Beth, there's just something fabulous I already feel would be so pertinent to share that will feel good for you to receive. And I think Susan and then Selena, we have to hear from Selena too. So Susan.
Hi, thank you. Well, here comes Ollie. I could have brought Ollie as my object. Ollie is the cat that I'm house sitting for. He's a fabulous being. I also did not consciously bring an object, but what I have here with me is my haiku journal, which I've been keeping since the beginning of the year. I'm not writing daily, but almost daily. And so I thought I would share one that I had written about a week ago. And what's present in, at least in part at this time, I mean, this sort of extended period for me, is this holding of opposites, being able to live in a beautiful place, in such beauty, with pretty much freedom, and then holding this, Ukraine, holding the war, holding the atrocity and the tragedy, and that feeling of, what can I do? How can I help? And so as I've thought about, just holding those things, and trying to get big enough to hold those things. So in the haiku, you know, I've really tried to follow the 575 meter. And so, you know, as I've thought about what can I do, sometimes what we can do is offer our presence. You know, in some ways there's such a feeling of helplessness. But I was also thinking about it just being with someone, like if you were sitting with someone who was dying, you know, what can I do? I'm here. I see you. So the poem is, my breath rises and falls through your night of dying. I see you. I'm here. So.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ollie.
Yeah, he may show. He's very playful right now.
Yeah. Wow, very rich. Selena, would you like to conclude this part?
Yeah, very much. Thank you. My February and March cards out of the entire year were the only cards that showed up reversed, and they were the holy shit cards of the year for me. And, you know, I didn't dwell on it too much later, but it's not been lost on me that the cards that showed up for me in February, that I drew two from different decks, and they were both reversed. And the first one was a curse card in the shamanic deck. And the reading around it, although it had a spiral in the background, and it was the reading for it was about long-held family curses and outdated beliefs of family. And it was all around really family drama. And then the second card I drew was not reversed, but it was about the ancestors of light and grandmothers of light. And so it was a very profound reading about my family. And then March was a reverse card about inner knowing. So for those of you who don't already know, I'm in Georgia this week. Came here because of family drama. And I'm here to be present. Yeah, just kind of like what you said, Susan. Be present to the family suffering that's happening, which also feels like a microcosm of the larger world. There's a war between my 18-year-old granddaughter and her mother, my daughter. So anyway, I came, at first my impulse was to come and save, but even before I arrived, I realized that was not how I was being really called. And so I've really been looking at the family stories and the belief systems and the patterns of family history and trying to work at that level. So it's been an interesting time here. I'll share more later. But the cards, and then I wanted to go get a candle for today. I traveled here on a plane, so I didn't bring a candle. So I spent the day with my daughter, who our relationship has not always been easy. And I haven't seen her in a couple of years. And anyway, she's really wounded by what's going on with her daughter. And I see the patterns of behavior from many mother-daughter generations in my family. So I took her shopping with me to get the candle. I explained what I was doing, and then I might want to get a sacred object. But the things that I might find that I wanted to buy, I would have to leave with her because I didn't want to haul them home in my suitcase. So she helped me pick them out. And just the experience of spending the afternoon with her, talking about sacred objects and things that I would bless and you all would bless with me in this event. And then I would leave them with her. She even chose an object for her daughter, so my granddaughter. So behind me are all of those things that we found today. The candle, there's a couple of beautiful crystals, the flowers, the essences, the essential oils around chakra energy, and the incense. So we chose things that were fire. There's some water here that I did a prayer with. So fire and water and air and earth and essence. So anyway, it's all here. It will all be blessed and it'll all be left here, which just feels like a part of healing, the way that I can do it now with them. So yeah, it's very poignant, and I'm happy to be here. And it's not turned out at all like I expected, but it's perfect.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone. That's how I feel right now. I mean, how does something like this turn out? I've had my own journey today, and as you're all speaking, and I'm, what happens for me, and is I start receiving, and so I have my little sheets in front of me, and I'm like, nope, that's not how it's going to go. Not going to go that way. So Selena, I hope that's okay. I feel like, this is a rich group. This is a group of individual souls who are all very, all of us connecting with presence, the presence that we know. What I'd like to do is just anchor a little bit in that reverence in the way that I do every morning, and offer you what I can as an example of what we all can in your own version do. Particularly when I think of the equinox, I think of the dark that we've spoken about a little bit, and the light. What we're all here, we're all kind of asking, what can we do? That each of us anchoring deeply and fully with integrity and transparency, the way all of you have been, if we continue to increase that frequency and vibration in ourselves, and I'll share with you what I do, you actually offer this tremendous, like, look what's happening above me. This is the light that is within us, surrounding us, the attunement with the divinity that is within us, and the sacred, all-loving, ever-present divinity through evolutionary consciousness that is a part of all of us being one. So when we anchor in that, when we say, I'm showing up, I don't know what's going to happen when I get to my granddaughters, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's coming in to visit with me from beyond, and I'm here. I mean, you, Diane, I don't know what's going to happen, but Stephanie said come, so I'm in. I mean, we're all showing up. And I'm so moved. That is the first step. That's the precedent. We say yes. And in saying yes, whatever the no's are, N-O, they're over here. And we're saying yes to this incredible, powerful luminosity that is part of us as souls. And that's what we came for. We don't know the whole picture, and we ain't going to know it until we walk into it and keep going. And that's the journey. We're on journey. So this is equinox. This is this time when a few of you have described so beautifully the smells, this earth we're a part of is like, come on, how did we say yes? And we all did yes to this moment in time. We'll be here present for the major changes on the planet. We will be here, we'll say yes, and we'll navigate the new. We'll navigate the exquisite unknown, the sometimes freaking scary unknown, and mostly the unknown is pure potential. So how do we say yes to this incredible creativity when we have egos and when we have family events? And what I do and what I'm inviting you, And I know Selena did say if you wanted to journal a little, rather than walk us through a visualization, I'd like to share with you different kinds of ways of tuning in with Gaia, with the earth, what I do in the mornings, as an invitation for all of you to really start your own communion, communion with this ever-present being that provides Gaia, the sun, the air, the elementals, the devas, the fairies, the inner earth beings, the ancient ones, our ancestors, the sylphs, the undines. These are all pure beings, often unseen to us, who are becoming now more seen. I mean, we're all touching in. When you mention someone who's passed, that presence is saying, knock, knock, knock. I want your attention because I will share with you. If you say yes to me, I will. And someone else mentioned portal. I think Selena, that's what we're creating. I mean, the image of all you guys on Zoom is literally like this, like the divine is coming in, we're portals, and we're carrying that. And I hope this is okay, because this ain't what I planned, but poof, this is what happens. So one of the things I invite you to do, and Selena we did talk a little bit about this, is your own presence showing up in nature any way you can. First of all, everybody get out a lot more than you're doing. You might even say, oh, I hike a lot. I'm not talking about agenda where I'm going up to the top of the hill and coming down. I'm talking about a quality of mindfulness where you go 4 feet and you see a leaf that attracts you. You stop, you look at it and you notice the serrated edges and you tell it how you feel about it. You tell this leaf that it is a sacred part of your existence today. You are reverential. And then whatever comes from this reverence, from this communion with you and the divine and this earth and these sacred presences, express it. For me, I gave up a long time being self-conscious in front of my kids when I was outside because I wouldn't have done any of this. I invite in sound and I invite in movement. And so I'm suggesting childlike energy where you ignite that 4-year-old who didn't say, well, someone's looking at me, like, come on. This is that energy of the newborn, of what we're all saying we're calling forth for this planet, the new. So I'm saying, if you have the possibility, an invitation for a daily presence with presence outside in a creative way, whatever feels comfortable. And then I actually say, okay, like what Diane did, go past the comfort, show up in a different way. Okay, so I'd like to, I'm getting a big yes. This is what happens to me. And as you guys work with cards and tune in the way you are, I can feel it from you collectively and individually. You all have it in you. You are all major seers. So let's just claim it now. There ain't one of you here that's going, I don't have this. No, I'm telling you right now, I work with hundreds of people and this is like an amazing group of souls. So just anchor in that, okay? Anchor in it. And then invite in this sacred communion with expression in nature. And I'm hearing that I will share, transparency, honesty of what I do. Very simply, I face the 4 directions. I say yes to the air, the water, the fire, the earth herself, and I act out what they feel to me. Like air, I'm breathing in. And I'm seeing COVID go out. I have been doing this for 2 years, like watching clear air from above, clear air, fire, the tumult and the turmoil and coming up from within me. Just grab that dirt and soil below you and let that fire burn. Let the smoke heal the Ukraine. Let the smoke of goodness and love travel out. Just whatever comes to you creatively. And then water, I literally take tears. I move like I'm water. I get down and I swing. And then the earth, well, let's just talk about earth and drumming and stomping. And that earth that says, you give me what you cannot hold. I will hold what you cannot bear. And if you feel like it, get that belly down on that earth, because I'll tell you, that is a very powerful thing to do. Your belly, whether you're male, female, they, she, we, them, belly on that earth and breathe. The other day, I just saw moss, and I've been in Santa Fe for 8 years. I stuck my face in that moss and I cried. It was like green moss. I love you. And I just stuck my face. I couldn't get over, like what Paige said, the smell. Like it was like, oh, this is like alive. No more prickly pear, man. I've fallen into prickly pear. It's not fun. But moss, whoa, it just feeds your soul. So then it's like whatever your calling is, I actually see the earth speaking to me. I see the angels. I say thank you to the archangels and the star beings and all. I just do whatever, and I'd like to do the sound, and then want to really make sure I offer you guys, if this isn't too intense, a card for each of you, because I think it's because we're all activated. I mean, this is how it works. You've all said yes. You're ignited. This is powerful energy, whether we go outside in the next 20 minutes or even 24 hours. Your vibration has increased. You've embraced this powerful love that we all are a part of, that is within us and around us. So I'll do a little, and because I heard to do it. I sometimes, like someone else told me, they're a little shy. I get that. And then when you hear sing for everyone, you're like, can I have that again? Can I sing no? No, you don't get to sing no. That's the other thing. When you're guided to something right now, go out of your comfort zone. Do it. And just take a step and another step and see what arrives. Because often the reverent and the sacred is calling you, and we do get into our little routines. And this is where great change happens. When we say, yes, come out of your driveway, you always go left because the best coffee is to the left. But today you turn to the right, and there's this little feeling like, what? Turn right. Oh, I live on a dead end. Why would I go right? Because there's some message at the end of that road that you would miss, but you're starting to tune in. Okay, so I'm just going to go with it and see what arrives, because you guys are awesome. Matia, 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 Shana, Nia. Oka, 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 So thank you. So, dear ones, this is the invitation for you. I mean, this is every day something different, but this is when we say, what can we do to help the Ukraine? You stand in the truth of who you are. You are the joyous expression of your authentic soul self. We all came in that way, regardless of what our childhoods brought us. Yay! We all have this, and actually, I can feel it so strongly. You're all being so invited to start igniting this expression in whatever way feels right to you. This is, this took me a little while to kind of go behind the house where I live, and I'm in the cedar with the Douglas fir, and I do it. And I have a feeling my neighbor can hear me, and I thought, well, maybe my neighbor will feel compelled to do something. So I'm inviting you to do that. I'm inviting you to get on the earth, and I'm inviting you, with whatever's going on with where you are, with a little bit of green, invite in, ask, can I bring you something? Can I bring you a rose petal? Can I bring you one of my crystals? And just start something that's outside where you commune, and you will hear, and you will trust what you hear. And I'll just share, I was in Santa Fe, and there were a lot of fires in the ski mountain area, and I sat with this tree, and I heard, bring Kuan Yin, and I thought, my gosh, I'm bringing Kuan. I have a Kuan Yin. She's this big, and she weighs 50 pounds. Well, she was in my backpack the next day, and I put her at this base of this tree. And then Kuan Yin and the tree, and you have this capacity too. They both said to me, fire truck. And I said, what are you guys talking about? What am I going to do? Bring a fire truck? And it was, yeah. So it was the energies, the small beings that felt helpless with all these fires that actually were controlled fires. They burn everything. They burn. All those energies are swept away. They have to leave. The birds lose things. All the animals lose their coverage. And they wanted this feeling of strength, that they could use a fire truck to put out the fires. It was fascinating. So you're embarking on something new, creative, and deeply engaging. And that's what we can do. We can be more powerfully in our light. And that will alchemize the shadow, because the shadow is rising for a reason. The earth is ascending. We are shifting our dimensional, and we're accelerating our consciousness. So the vestiges of shadow are going to go poof, and so incredibly showering of our light. And that will be something we can do. And I hope, rather than a guided meditation, but that's what I heard to do. And I have these decks here. And with each person's permission, I will be brief, but I think it would be super, well, we're all kind of lit, just ask the divine energies to share one sweet tendril, new spring tendril with each of us. And if anyone wants to say no, that's totally cool. And I'm happy to just do that for each person if you'd like. And anyone who doesn't, when I call on you, you don't have to, and I set the intention that truly the highest vibration of love and light is present with us, which already is, and that is what comes forth from the cards. So what it is that is, the sacred presence that wants to invite a message for you. That's what this would be about. And so I'm just going to, is this cool, Selena?
Yeah, really cool.
Okay.
Hi, Rachel. Rachel's an hour late, but she's here.
We welcome all. We welcome all of you. So let me see. Whoa. For some reason, Linda and Bill are getting all vibrating. So let me ask. Yeah. Linda, there's a deck here, and it may come up for other people, but it is, I would call it the deck of the nurturing of the feminine. It has a focus on Mother Mary images, and I see Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, great green Tara, white buffalo calf woman. We're all one with all of them, and they are the embodiment of those ascended master divine feminine. So for you, Linda, this Mother Mary deck wanted to come, and yeah. So so this is, and I will say for everyone, when we're in a collective like this, a card for Linda is actually speaking to everyone. So take in whatever quality that this card would have for you as well. Okay. Whew. So Linda, it's the card is enthusiasm, and it's about what you're passionate about, Linda. You're being invited to engage more fully than ever. So whatever drops in, maybe you'll do a little writing, maybe you'll take a walk. What do I love? What brings me joy? Passionate. What am I fervent? Like the green around me. What am I fervent about? And in this case, I'll see if, and I'm sorry if they don't show up too. It's kind of this sacred. So we have the feminine showing that for her, it's about nourishment and nurturing. So this is the direction you follow, Linda. Yeah, this is the direction, right? Not sidelined by lots of busy little things. As much as you can, come into the core of what is really calling you right now, and then go. So that's what wanted to come for you. And Bill, you're actually getting the same deck. It just went zzz, zzz. So I'm going to just shake a little and ask what's best for Bill in this moment. I love that we have men here, and male and female are marrying in both of us. You know, all of us has male energy, female energy, and we're asked to balance these now so that we can really co-create a world of balance. Yeah. So Bill, powerful. And I love that words that come, take the word and then go with it. And this word is so integral to what we're all talking about tonight, which is grace. Oh, thank you, Selena. Sorry, I got all kinds of light above me. Grace. So, is it fuzzy?
A little bit.
Okay.
It's okay.
Let me just do one thing and see if I can just clean that a little bit. So it's grace, Bill, and it's I am filled, and I love that this fell to a man. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of the divine God, goddesses, other creations. So it's honoring the grace within you, Bill. And it's saying, yeah, I'm hearing ignite that. Let it be spoken. Let the grace within you be shared and celebrated now with those around you. Let me just see. Okay. And I think her name is Beth. Beth, this beautiful deck that has a focus on sort of the energies of, well, I would call it the unseen in the natural world. I do a lot of communing with fairies. I've had lifetimes as fairy. We all have, well, what I believe, different incarnations, not just in human form on Earth. And so this is for you, Beth. Yeah, it's big. So Beth, the call of this card, and it's about your soul rather than your walkabout. You know, your walkabout is, you know, I'm here, I'm from here, I'm located in this place. Yeah, this is a call for unity, community, communion, unity. And it's actually Joseph of Arimathea who walked with Christ. So it's about you honoring your leadership, honoring that you have an ability to sit with people and gather them, and with the spiritual focus. And so, oh gosh, I don't know how. Let me try one more thing. Sorry, you guys. Well, that's Selena. Mine isn't showing up too well, but I want to see if this card, if you can see, there's Joseph. He's sitting with children, and there's animals, birds, lushness. So yeah, a deeper community for you with the earth, like you getting outside and doing anything, like not necessarily my version, but that is calling to you, my dear. And you'll feel it right away. You'll feel it right away. So,
Thank you.
oh, there it is. I got it now. Okay, beautiful. So Ellie, wow, Ellie, whew, it's amazing how fast it comes. Ellie, this is a deck of ascended masters. So there's a quality of you, Ellie, right now. Is it all right if I go back to this full screen like this? I can see everyone. So Ellie, there are more higher level beings that want to speak to you. Make some time, like invite in a little more. I'm not saying sit in yoga position and, you know, anything that is an act of presence and invites in this communion. You're being invited. More wants to speak to you. And so let me see what, yeah, wow, like big, like there's a lot more for you to ignite. And so, so this is a powerful, I tremendously love this. Bridget is from the Irish Celtic tradition. Do you know her? So this is about calling on your inner strength. And there's a call, I mean, I'm deeply moved because this is powerful. You're called into a wholeness that you might have thought, you know, sort of could be for others. This is you. And that you are anchored in your strength, with Bridget communicating with you. And so again, everyone, remember, this is for all of us. You know, she has this Celtic halo, intensity, direction, focus, warmth, inner strength, cultivating this. Does that resonate?
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, wow. Whoo, she's like, please talk to her. So setting up even a little something for Bridget outside, like.
No, I wear a Bridget often, so we're good. Thank you.
Yeah, well, she's saying, hi, I love you. That's really awesome. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so Stephanie, this is really very simple messages from the angelic realm. Wow, it just fell open. Okay, let me just ask which one, because 3 of them fell open and usually. Okay. So, Stephanie, again, take the word and bring new to what this is. Transformation. This is the honoring of what happens to snake and butterfly. We've stayed in the known. When I was in Maine a year ago, where I spent 33 years, I was a cocoon, and then I watched it open upside down and inside out. Like how that it did it. And so this is you saying yes. I heard it, literally your magnificence, that there's more transformation and in your way, It doesn't mean I have to go through this process of birth and rebirth. This is transformation. You can have it walking outside and being enamored with the moonlight. That's what calls, and I want you to just see the card. It's like arms up. It's all anew. The sacred divine is above you, and it's a full-on expression. There's full-on embrace. We ain't holding nothing back here. This is like, I know I'm stepping into this. I choose to say yes. Ooh, I love your smile. Wow, that was huge. So that's yours. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So Anne, because you're so far away, this fairy energy would like to come to you, Anne. So I'm going to see what for Anne in the UK. Okay. Okay. So Anne, you mentioned a couple of your mother. You mentioned Our Lady. This is a card of the family honoring. I call it the Holy Harmony Family card. So this is a card of the 10. 1 and 0 makes 1. New beginnings. Invite in all new about your family. Invite in new communion. Invite in a new way of reaching, of hearing, of listening. And it's all new. And it's deeply harmonious. It's profoundly harmonious. Sorry about that glare, you guys. I don't even know where it's coming from, but we'll do our best. So you have these beings, these fairy-like beings with these trumpeter fairies above them. And then you have these beautiful, it's like a tree house. And so it's honoring these family traditions all in a new way with harmony, harmony, harmony. So whatever harmony is for you, and you were mentioning desiring to have courage. So everyone you see in the highest level of who they are, regardless of what they've done, said, anything. Highest level of consciousness, you see them, and harmony is the vibration that shows forth. And then we walk in that. And I tell you, people change beyond them in that level of consciousness. You see them rather than conflict. You see them in their consciousness. And I tell you, weird things fall away. It's pretty profound. I've witnessed it in my own family and in people where I've had conflict. So I want to check in. So Paige, this is a deck, again, there's more. And again, this is for everyone too. There's more trying to communicate, Paige. I know you mentioned at least one son, so you're busy on, man. You're busy on. You're traveling, you're going to the Grand Canyon, this is also a call from the archangels. And this is a soul card. This is a card that says your walkabout's your walkabout. You're a mom, you do this, you do that. And then it's like, what's your soul saying? Your soul is saying, Paige, full on, you honoring who you are with your perspective, your unique perspective, my dear, are different, quote unquote. Celebrate, share it, vibrate it out, and affect a whole lot of people. Okay. And more time again, and you're doing it, travel outside, more time where the sacred can communicate with you, because you got a role here. You have a role as a way shower, one that can open the gates like all of us and say, you know what, you can do it like this, and I'm celebrating who I am. And I just want you to see. Oh, I do apologize for the quality of the, I pulled it back a little if it would. So this is called perspective. And Shamuel is the archangel of embracing yourself, your integrity, your newness, and Shamuel will help you organize and find things you want to anchor in a new job, in new home, in new communion with people. Shamuel's the one you call on. So you see you're standing above all this new, and you're upside down and you're balanced and you're showing everyone, dare to be different, dare to have that perspective. And I don't know how that resonates with you, but I just look at that violet coat and I'm like, girl, way to go. I mean, like, because color has a vibration and that really will, it ignites. All right, so I want to just see, Susan, another, I'm hearing, you know, your poems. I don't know what you're up to with them. Yeah. Are you sharing them?
Here and there, not publicly really yet, but here and there a little bit.
So if it felt right, this is a call to all of us. Share your magnificence. I mean, you touched me deeply with that poem. I'm different. We're all different having heard it. I mean, that's just the way it goes. So if it feels right, we don't have to write poetry to share. We don't have to. It's a creative expression and it can be private. My daughter's a poet. She's like, I don't want to read any poems to anybody. Maybe you, Mom. And that's fine. But I am getting a vibration that says, you have the capacity to share these and have effect. And when we say, how can we affect the Ukraine? You can affect the Ukraine by sharing tremendous gifts with people and igniting them to reach into their creative soul and share their voice, creating more light. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got some powerful female Isis energy. This is I don't know if you have a relationship, Isis, this Egyptian goddess. It's this card orients Isis with magic manifesting, dreams, visions, the kind of thing that spurred on your poetry. Goals within that are becoming a reality. So stay focused and let this magic manifesting. This, look at that. I mean, man, that woman, that being, that goddess, whoosh, she's right on and she's celebrating, celebrating magnificence. Whether she feels shy or not, she's not showing up shy. She's saying, I embrace it all. I hear this, the joyous, authentic, the authenticity of my creative self, the joyous expression of my soul. Okay, so I just want to I want to make sure Diane, I haven't, and Rachel and Selena, is that correct? I want to, okay, so Diane. Okay. Diane, do you have a relationship with angels? They're asking, yeah, guardian angels, we all have them, often more than one. And often we hear, oh, you've had guardian angels. And you know what? Yeah, they really like communicating. All you have to do is say, guardian angel, show up. Want to tell me your name? Want to show me what you look like? It may not be all in that one sitting. They will start, and they are supporting you. They've been with you the whole time. They're going all the way over as you move through the gate into where you do your life review. They ain't leaving you alone until you're ready. So let's establish a relationship. And Diane, that's being called for you. Yeah, literally with this soul card. Again, you guys, of course, are powerful. You'd be calling these in. This is Archangel Azrael. Azrael is the one who takes us over through into the light. Azrael also asks us to do life reviews. Just check in on the bigger picture of what's going on. This energy is about peace. Incredible. I actually see it as a sensual, like this card I want to show you. This peace that this being, it's like Gandalf coming in, whoa, you know? And so it's Azrael is peace. It's orienting in literally let go and let the goddess, let God release anything from the past, invite in that piece of who you are. Whoa. If you wanted to just sit and chat with Azrael, you would start a communion, because that presence is very powerful for you. Deeply loving presence of Azrael, who, you know, we with our little minds, have someone be with every being that passes. Well, these are multidimensional beings. They're not doing the plane we're doing. You know, we are multidimensional, but we're sort of more aware of this one dimension. These beings are spread out here to assist us. They're gifts from the divine. So then we have beautiful Rachel, whom I hadn't met. Let me just see. Whoa. Whoo. So Rachel, the energy of this angel's sort of spirit guide. Let me just see. For Rachel, what would you like to say to Rachel? Okay, Rachel, the energy of Odin is powerful transformation. This isn't Odin, but I got this message. Odin is a Norse god who actually said he would take out one of his eyes in order to receive more spiritual gift. I'm not suggesting that by any means. You must know that. I'm saying that this Odin energy of fierceness, Rachel, this is like, girl, you got more power than you know. We all do. So I'm talking to everybody, but I'm talking to you, Rachel. Get in there, third chakra, second chakra, owning what you know, getting intentions. This is to everybody. I claim my magnificence. Who are we? We are here to make manifest the magnificence of our souls. I didn't say that, Marianne Williamson did. And when you do that, literally you ignite everyone else. And that's how we can affect the Ukraine. You, Rachel, saying, I'm in. I claim my Rachelness. I claim my intention and my power. And then you stand in it, girl, and you're echoing it out, and everybody says, I want what she's got. That's a magnet. And you can invite that kind of communion. Look at this guy. I mean, this is a very powerful being. And power and intention. So this is claim and proclaim. Playing small, there ain't no room for that anymore for any of us. It just isn't. I mean, I just sang for you, man. I'm like, what? You know, we must do what we're here to do. And Thank you. Yeah. And now, just want to make sure we've touched everybody. And Selena, have I made sure everyone has received something?
I'm looking at the list. I think I think so.
Okay, so Selena, similar, this angel deck, it's kind of like, it's our angel guide. It's a guidance. Please share it for Selena. And in doing so, all of us. Okay. Okay, beautiful one. Because we're in this place where, I mean, I don't know how people comprehend no time and space. I know it's true, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Like, what? Like, what? No time, no space. I know it on a multidimensional level. And then there's this idea for all of us that we like things. I mean, I'm living this right now. We like things to go according to what we want in our time. And, you know, I came out here from New Mexico and I wanted to find my place to live in a few days. Well, it took 6 weeks, hotels and Airbnbs, and I was just about to leave and go, forget it. And then I said to the divine, you know what? Let's show up, help me out. And divine timing is divine timing. This card is about divine timing. This is about honoring. Look at the balance, the symmetry, the divine, the knowingness, the truth of. So for you, Selena, I mean, you have been surrendering to this for quite a while. And you have done it with grace, man. I don't know, some of you, probably all of you might know, just like, maybe I want 5 things and I want them so much and none of them are showing up. And so I surrender again and again and again. And I say to the divine, when it's the timing is right, you speak to me. And this is an invitation for all of us to tune in and say, you speak to me, I'm listening, and I honor what you're sharing with me, really, whether I like it or not. And that's the part with the ego, because if we truly do walk in our faith, everything is going according to the divine plan. Everything is. And it's when our ego says, yeah, but I want, and no. And I'm living this right now. I'm being practiced. I'm tuning into this. So the invitation for Selena, which I do see you doing with flourish and grace, is to honor that the divine knows about the time. And that for all of us, and the divine knows about what's going on in the world. And that we have to continue to show up in the best of who we are. And that is how we can help. And call on the divine, and call on your guardian angels, and call on the archangels, call on Gaia, sing to her, call on the fairies in your yard and say, help me out, help us all out, create more goodness, man, I'm in. So I do want to say gracious thank you to everything that just shared with us, and that it comes through, and that you being here with me, we have ignited this in each other. And I mean this. 10 years ago, I was on a fairly unconscious path, and then boom, things happen and you open up. And that's where we all are right now. We're all open, saying yes to this presence in us and around us. So please keep playing and exploring and honoring these cards and these messages. And obviously this stupendous group of light being souls. So, and all of these beautiful energies that showed up. So thank you.
That was amazing, Oonagh. It's like speed dating with you. And
Does that mean my beloved is on his way? No.
It's like you receiving and sharing. So
thanks. Yeah, well, I totally know. I know that this is what we're all capable of. I mean, I know this. I've watched people come to my table lately. The other day at a fair, a metaphysical fair outside of Seattle, and I don't share any content, but a corporate man sat down and said, I have no idea why I'm sitting here. And when he left, he was like, whoa, I know what I'm doing now. Like everyone has the capacity. It isn't just people who've been doing it for so long. That's what I believe is happening on the earth right now. We're all being called to the greatness of who we are. Rachel just gave a huge yes, man. Power and intention. Go, girl, go. And that's what all of us are doing. And we're eternal. So it don't matter what age we are. It don't matter when we start. It's now. This present moment. Then the next one. Then the next one. And our heart open. Our hearts. So thank you so much, you guys.
So I think what we'll do, since the lighting was a challenge, Oonagh will probably take pictures of the cards and send them to me, and then I'll send them out an email to each of you. So
All right. Yeah. Sorry about the lighting. Who knows? That might have been playfulness of God, goddess.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Great. Yeah, well, this is obviously, Una's mentioned many times, not what we planned, but way better. So thank you for just rolling with it, Una. That was lovely and beautiful. And let's just do a quick checkout as a way of our closing. Maybe each of you could speak to anything that you received while you're here this evening. Could be when Una was reading for you or reading for anyone, or even some other time. And so let's just do that real quickly. Maybe Una, how about if you start? Just share your experience and as way of checkout, anything that you might want to say.
I'll be transparent. Earlier, I was like having some major anxiety. Just stuff can arrive, and I was like, whoa. And I had to sit, and this older gentleman in Bellingham, Fairhaven, saw me on a bench. I mean, I wasn't sitting on a bench homeless or anything, but even if I were. And he teaches Qigong. He studied in China. He's 80, and he said, I would like you to be my student, and I would like to do it for free. And I was like, oh my, I'm in. I know a gift when it comes. And today was my third day of Qigong, which Selena has been, inspiring, and probably all of you. And it took me right into myself, into the truth and my groundedness and my deep relationship with Gaia and angels and fairies. And I was like, man, thank goodness for these gifts that are given to us that are so right there. Because I was starting a little spiral, which I haven't done in a while. And I'm just being transparent. Even great readers go spirally. And I felt profound gratitude because I know how joyous life is. And I was feeling that sad. I do sometimes feel the collective, and I was feeling sad. And then I could feel the joy, I just felt so grateful for that contrast, and then the joy, and then to be here with you guys and just be who we all are. That's the best for me. So thank you.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Susan.
I am in a deep appreciation and feeling the magic of this. And I'm also curious as to what's next. And yeah, I think, Oonagh, I feel like somebody mentioned portal. I just feel like you're just reminding and helping to open a door here. Oh, right. And I'm excited. So thank you.
Yeah, I like that. I can see it around you. You got this new light coming in on your side. It's like this white gold light coming in to get a hold of you, Susan. It's so cute. I love it. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And this is for everyone,
Ellie.
It's a treat to just be with each of you because I have such affection in my heart for each of you. And I appreciated the connecting myself with Bridget because she's been an inspiration through a long time. So that was really special. But I think what I'm most struck by tonight is, Oonagh, your inspiration of modeling, just going for it, being out there with a whole group of us that don't know you and just showing up so fully. It feels like you've modeled what you've been pushing and touching on each of us to do more fully in the world. So I deeply appreciate that imprint and that messaging. Thank you.
Welcome, Ellie.
Mm.
Yeah. I feel also the imprint from each of you. Like I took notes and each one of you said something that just went right in. So we're all imprinted. And that is a great word, Ellie. And yay to Bridget, man. Whoa. I love her hair.
How about Linda and Bill? You guys want to share and check out?
Well, thank you. It is wonderful being here with everyone, and I really appreciate it because most of you I've met in retreat over the years, and we haven't had that experience the last couple of years. So thank you for Selena for offering to do this and let us each see each other and support energetically where we're headed and where we are. I just wanted to say that, well, when we were drawing, that I really have appreciated having the cards. And when we were drawing the cards and we had those 15 days, Bill and I were doing it together, and it was winter here, you know, and really, really long nights, you know, very little light. And so those 15 days were very special. I'm pulling them. And at the beginning of every month, we honor the card that we're concluding and take it off. They sit underneath our candles, and then put down the new one. And I remember when we drew cards for February, a good friend of ours back east died, and I pulled a card for passing people through the Bardo. And I assumed that it was for Kristen that day, but it was for the month of February. And so as I look at it, and it says, guiding the dead safely through the Bardo, death is only a door, choose the door to the light. And I think that's been really important in this time as we've talked about the world. But also that's been the natural thing for me through my whole life is, you know, be driving down the road and a dead spirit floats up, you know, off of an animal from behind a tree because it's somebody who needs energy to continue passing. And those reminders have been coming back to me. So it is something I have enthusiasm for, but it's not something you kind of go, whoa, you know, it's the muted enthusiasm. So, so I appreciate the card as well and the reminding. And I just wanted to share that we've really been enjoying acknowledging our cards every month. So thank you.
Yeah, nice.
So I just wanted to share my joy in just being here with each of you and getting a chance to see the light within each of us and collectively. It's very inspiring. So thank you all.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, Miss Beautiful Stephanie that got the amazing card tonight. We all got amazing cards tonight, but yours really lit you up.
I saw that too. Oonagh, you're a hoot.
Yay, that's a good one. I really want to be a hoot. Don't we all?
Yeah, this has been so much fun. I really enjoyed the evening. And thinking, and I've had this thought quite a bit lately, of such gratitude for Ming Tonggu, who has brought so many beautiful people, mostly women, but a few men like Bill, into my life. And Oonagh, I think you get in on the coattails somehow through Selena. So, yeah, happy.
Lovely. Some of Una's artwork used to hang at the Chi Center in the public areas. So Una is very connected with the Chi Center as well.
I actually, Stephanie, lived one property over from the Chi Center in Galisteo. I lived in my painting studio, and I used to walk down the road and walk through the cottonwood trees down to the Chi Center. Very sacred place, those, the hog back with all the Anasazi petroglyphs. And yeah, there's a lot to activate you there. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Stephanie.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Beth.
Oh, I just feel so grateful to know all of you and to have been so blessed in my life to be connected in this way. And thank you, Una, for sharing your gifts with this group too, and the bravery to come in, people you don't know, and share so openly. And just thank you all. And thank you so much, Selena, for organizing this. It's a blessing.
My pleasure. Anne, you're next on my screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you so much. It was wonderful. When I was a child, and even up to recent times when a lot of things have turned in a different direction, but I used to be excited about meeting new people for the delightful unknown. And the kind of spirit that might be shared and transform us all. So I actually feel I haven't experienced it for a while, but I have tonight. And this is beautiful. And the card you chose for me is excellent because it's perfect. It's what the foundation of my concern, and the background to the sacred, prayers I'm doing. It was my mother's prayers for my niece, her daughter, her first daughter, who's my sister, who passed away. So that she would have a baby, that she would be able to bring through the baby without too much distress. And then my sister passed away and her husband, so I acquired these children. And my dilemma about my life, all the twists and turns have like been taken the spirit out of my life, or almost the way it's turned out. And for you to say it would harmonize is beautiful, because that is the foundation of why I can't go forward, because I feel accused of everything that I never intended. And I just carry it. I don't know what to do. But if you say it's going to harmonize, then that's wonderful. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for everything. Everyone's card was beautiful, and it all spoke to me. Thank you.
Good, Anne. Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. Hey, Diane, you're next on my screen.
I think it's appreciation for my Chi Buddy Steph and for all of you. Somebody else said, I kind of miss you all, and I really appreciate Master Min Tong for bringing everyone together. And I know I don't like to go too far forward, but I'm like, oh, I hope I get to hang out with these folks again. But I don't want to go to some longing that's gonna I just want to be present and say thank you. It's great to be with everybody, and everybody is so generous and transparent, and I really appreciate it. It's inspiring. And the cards and Oonagh, your enthusiasm and your gift, it was lovely, and it moves me to keep doing what I'm doing and trying to go past my kind of shyness or my holding back or whatever it is. So I feel very inspired and very fortunate to be with you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Diane. Paige.
I wanted to echo what Ellie said, and just seeing everyone's face and how much love I have for all of you. And then to see the modeling and the mirroring, it just like my neutral just went to on fire. So my cup is really full. Thank you.
Beautiful. Rachel. So Rachel, this is Rachel. She's actually in my apartment at the Chi Center, house sitting for me, and I'm sometimes house sitting for Susan in Arkansas. So anyway, and Rachel is Sarah Sampaio's daughter. So
yes, I just wanted to say, Oonagh, thank you so much. I do tarot cards myself, and I have not gained the courage to even attempt something over the phone. So that was just crazy, motivating. I want to cultivate my craft now. But it is so wonderful being around such deeply seasoned wisdom, as I like to call it, because there's a lot of younger wisdom now and a lot of old souls in young bodies, but you guys are like the cherries on top. You're here to take us to where you are, and I'm so excited, and thank you guys so much. And I wanted to say one more thing with the Eye of Odin. I have been going through a lot of shifts in the last couple days, especially today. And it has been really intense, really painful in more than physical ways. But it right when you were giving me my reading and right before, my eye started leaking. And I say leaking because it wasn't like tears. It was like this pressure because I was in a car crash and I got hit pretty hard. And it's like just now finally releasing, and my eye feels like it's been needing to pop out, like those words exactly, like I want to take my eye out. And when you said that, I was like, thank you. Yeah,
thank you, Rachel.
yes, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I'll check out quickly. Oonagh did a reading for me not too long ago, and one of the cards that came up, or one of the messages that came through, was about union and friendship. And the message that came through didn't really land for me at the time, but I just sort of put that in the pot with divine timing. It's like, okay, well, this will show up when it's time for it to show up. And it showed up tonight. The message that Oonagh shared in that last reading with that card was about, the message beyond the card was to connect with people that I've met through the Chi Center specifically, that live in my heart, that are really valuable and precious and appreciated, and that I may not share that often enough. So I get to do it all in one fell swoop with this beautiful group of you. So each of you, and again, thanks for bringing up the energy that brought us all together was Ming Tong. So appreciating that and appreciating each of you in your unique ways that you've been showing up in my life. And so thank you. I love you, all of you. All right. Well, Oonagh, did you have anything else you want to share before we maybe just
Let me
Include
just
our ceremony.
for a second. So it was, Rachel, though you're young in years in this incarnation, you mentioned about how the card of Odin affected your eye, it's all congruent. So what I just heard to remind us all is that we're in this remarkable time, and the veils between things are thinning to non-existent. So invite in how much will speak to you, and it will. There's just incredible, the word. Well, it'll be nuances, and I think of Susan's poetry, the way those things come in that are seemingly simple, or an understanding you have, or someone you're meant to see. They're just going to start this incredible connecting. And so stay open to this. I think of it as magic, as reality, as magic. We are living in an incredibly potent time, and to invite in those gifts and to stay in our integrity, who we are. This group, what a great group of the heart, of our one heart. So I'm honored and thankful and grateful for everything. So thank you. And I feel so appreciative. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I'm just inspired to invite you to take what is happening for you and unfolding for you with the equinox, with the emergence of spring, with the card reading, the pieces that spoke with you, this beautiful connection that we have with each other, and put that into some sort of creative form, whether that's a song or a journal writing, or another card, another drawing, a collection of cards, or some collaging, whatever, any kind of artistic thing, some creativity to mark this event and this portal that we are opening and walking through together. So I assume I will call the group back together for summer solstice. So maybe just put that on your calendar for now. And who knows where I'll be? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think it'll be New Mexico, but we don't know. So I'm working with the divine timing and family. So love to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Bill. Thank you.
Wait, I was curious, Selena, were we doing some artistic expression before I got on?
Oh,
it was very late.
Oonagh sang a song for us before you got on, but I think it's recorded. So I recorded most of the thing that Susan reminded me.
I just thought that was really funny hearing that, because the reason I was late was because I was practicing my ukulele set. So.
All right. Well, music was in the field.
Yes, it was.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.